Hey everyone, we're going to jump right in today. Since the last video against Atletico, been a decent run, a draw against Hoffenheim, and then 2 wins in the Bundesliga. So sitting in second right now, a point ahead of Dortmund, and then falling behind already to Bayern. They have won all 7 matches so far, not a surprise. Looking at our squad, pretty full strength. Matundo down with an injury, so don't have the rotation we would like in these wing spots, but we've been able to use Navarro, who we brought in as kind of a third striker option, but has been pretty good on the wings. And then for the most part, the only other change we made just to get rotation and to make sure we're getting a strong team in there, Fasu Mensa going into this anchorman spot. Um, Typically has been our right back, but he played here pretty well. Good marking and tackling, and good size for a right back, and allows us to get Casas on the field since they're two of our better players. Biggest issue we have right now is injuries at the goalkeeper position. So Pena went down since the last video. He should be back hopefully for the next match. And Farman's still down, so having to go to our third goalkeeper, who is someone we prefer to have been in our youth teams. And I think we even looked at loaning him out ahead of the season, which glad we didn't get takers there. Not a great prospect, but could be okay, and has done pretty well for us so far. You can see 7.05 rating in the Bundesliga, 2 matches and only allowed 1 goal, so can't really complain too much with his performance. So we'll go ahead and get ready to jump right in, see if we can carry on the performance from the first match and get going. So Pena is able to play here. I think it's a bigger issue for us if he gets re-injured, so I think I'm just going to keep him as the backup, keep him in the squad, but not try to bring him in as the starter yet. Kaza's still getting up to speed, but I think gives us a good threat down the right, and is good defensively as well. Playing it around there worried me for a little bit that we were going to turn it over and get hit on the counter, but yeah, now we're doing the same thing. Going back just worries me that one misplaced pass in that situation puts us into trouble. Really good one too, and we jump ahead early. I don't think there's any questions about onside there. Joveljic continues to carry on his good form from last season, and Bergman Johansson, that's why we brought him in, why he's been our mainstay in the midfield, doing really well, playing off of each other. Good run. That's really what Joveljic does better than any of our other striker options, is just making that run to beat the trap and hit those channels. Pretty good ball there, and Luca got a good header on it, just not able to hit the target. I mean, early on, only about the first 15 minutes, but really a better performance than I expected. I was hoping maybe we'd be able to get a draw like the Atletico game, but so far we've been in control of this one. We've been playing our more offensive 4-3-3 in most of our Bundesliga matches recently. We went back to the more defensive option here. I think it was the better fit. Recover here to avoid getting hit. Pretty good recovery. I mean, still, it's AC Milan. They're going to be. I thought that was offside, but it goes out anyway. So. A good shot there, but so maybe falling off a little bit, but still owning possession. We just need to not get hit on the counter. They've clearly gotten into the match a little bit more recently. Try to keep the morale up, try to get into halftime with this lead. See possession evening out. Trying to look for one of the metrics to kind of look at how the hatch progressed over time, but look at the analytical data. You can see XG dominated by us early on, and then they clearly caught up. They've been maybe a little bit more on the front foot, but pretty well controlled by us early on, and you can see we're getting the ball down the right a good amount. I think XG still in control. Possession ended up even. Both teams, maybe not great at passing with our passing in the first half, 84 and 83. Both winning our tackles. So pretty even match overall. They've got one yellow card. But we obviously got the early goal, so we just need to keep it up in the second half and could be in control of our group, which certainly didn't expect coming into the Champions League. I think if we keep going and they're starting to control a little bit more, there are some tweaks we can make. Nothing we've really built into our system, but even something similar to what West Ham has done at times, where they bring Aaron Cresswell in from the left to be a central defender. Could do the same with Mensah, maybe make him the central defender as part of a back three or back five, but have another defender back there who can play the ball. We need to get some fresh legs on, though, at least. Great save by Rose, so clearly we haven't been hurt yet by having to go with the third string keeper. So still time for that to turn around, but in his couple Bundesliga matches and then again in this one, performed pretty well for us. I think we're going to go ahead as this highlight's going. We're still going to see if they're struggling a little bit. I think we'll bring out Navarro over there for now, and then maybe at the 70-minute mark is when we might make that formation change to put another defender at the back. See how this highlight plays out, and then make sure we don't get down the counter. See, I think that obviously ends up giving it away, which isn't ideal, but for a second got to see the pace difference there from Ortega versus the different left backs we've used in the past, even though they have been strong at times. I think that pace difference is just a difference maker for us. All right, so I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit. Phillips in there, got back. It's a little bit lopsided, and then Salazar's in there as the box-to-box. I'm going to bring Flick on and change that role to being ball-winning midfielder there to try to break it up. So getting, not really changing things, just the shape, but just like having that extra body back there right now. Vegas struggling a little bit to just keep onto the ball. And those couple highlights we've seen, that's been a little bit of a concern. It's only 6.8, despite us keeping a clean sheet. And it cost us 6.5, so maybe not getting best performance down the wings, but obviously it's been good enough so far. Hopefully we can get across in here. Good knockdown by Jovic, and Sane ran onto it. Gets us another corner. Let's see how this highlight plays out. Make sure we don't get hit on the counter. We'll get if we want. I think balance is where we want to be. I don't think we want to go on to cautious, but might look at putting on some time wasting here to try to get out here with the result. Let's see. Looked to me like that might not have been a penalty, but let's see what's called. So it is awarded. Jovic now looking for his second of the match. Buries it, so obviously we're in control now. Again, getting a much better performance than we would have expected coming into this group to be in control after 2 matches. It's a long way to go, but really good for us so far. I'm going to bring Schalke on to play this and switch it to a box-to-box just based on his skill set. And then in possession, this time, get out of here with our 3 points. XG is a little skewed by having that penalty, but looking at shots, I mean, we were able to keep it to a low event game, which is really what they want to. All about keeping us being able to break them down. Got lucky there to not have it turn into a full match. Nice ball there, even though it just looks like a long ball, just the placement and the run by Jovic. Strong there. See up these last few minutes, but really strong performance. Hopefully, we can deal with this. That looked offside to me. Looks like I did count it, and now, oh no, it came back off the board. That's a little bit weird, but now we just need to see the last 30 seconds through. Should be it. I think we'll get another highlight. I was assuming the match is about to end here. Now we're going back to the replay. The disallowed goal clearly is well offside. Not really any question there. And there we go. So, looking at the map, obviously the penalty skews things. Otherwise, pretty even match, but again, I like where we're getting our shots from, and then we're keeping them, as we've seen in the past, being able to keep them to the outside, get a lot of shots blocked. Our structure is working to our advantage, even if we're not getting a ton of shots. We're getting good opportunities and limiting the effectiveness of theirs. I think looking at average rating, pretty big discrepancy there. So obviously happy overall. We stay in control of our group for now. Let's see if we can see what the standings are like after this. So in the other match, Man U beat Atletico, so Atletico down at the bottom right now. Our next match is against Man United, so we'll see what we can do. We'll come back in a little bit and play that match after a couple Bundesliga matches in the interim. Thanks, everyone. All right, everyone, welcome back. We're going to jump right back in to face Man U. Since the last video, a 2-0 win against Hamburger and a 2-0 win against Augsburg. Augsburg's probably the more interesting one just because we brought in Boulter put in 2 goals, but we brought in Gargo Varga, who is only a 16-year-old, been really good for our youth team since he came through for us. Wasn't really expecting much, just wanted to be able to rest some of our other players, and came through with an assist and an 8.4 rating, 91% passing, just really strong performance from him. So for now, he's going to stay with the senior team, not playing today or on the bench today, but with some of the fixture congestion, we'll probably get some more playing time, and not expecting this, but if he can keep up some strong performances, maybe we'll keep him around, make sure, get him developed. Skip ahead a little bit and get into this Man U game. Obviously, this should be the best team in our group, so expecting to struggle, but with the way we've performed, wouldn't shock me to get something out of this match. Just scroll through and make sure Matundo is back on our bench. Same with Busquets, so both of them could come through later in the match, but going to start off not being used. Looks like Milan got the win against Atletico, so Atletico still really struggling in this group. Going with, for the most part, our first choice, I'm actually going to bring Fácil Mensah in. He's just been, in this type of match, I think he's the better fit, the stronger defensive player. Phillips and Aliou has been our preferred center back combination. We haven't really talked about, but Kabak's fallen back a little bit this year. 6.8 is actually a little bit better than he had been previously, but 6.5 when he did play in the Champions League. Still young, but he's somebody that we're at the stage where we're going to have to start looking at, who do we sell now and get some value out of, and he could be one that we look at moving, especially with Aliou only 20 and really overtaking him as our first choice. Our normal formation, the more defensive 4-3-3. And then on the other side, the 4-2-3-1 that I'm pretty familiar with in real life as well. There's the current table. So even with a loss, we would stay in third. A draw would keep us in second. So right now, looking like we could achieve what was my goal coming in, to just find a way to get into that third spot and make it into a Europa League knockout. It looked like we might have been able to start the same way we did against Milan, with an early goal getting stolen. A nice shot by Jovic, but not able to convert. Good save by De Gea. This is obviously where we have to worry with their talent and speed, is getting hit on the counter here, but good tracking back by Bergman Johansson. Not a player we depend on for his defense, but good job there. See, their squad is pretty familiar to anybody watching them in real life. Doesn't look like they made too many changes in the game. Lucky there that I would go off the post. And that's what we have to be worried about, is getting caught on the counter. Worries me how often the highlights are coming right now. This is definitely a match that wouldn't shock me to get a point out of, but also wouldn't shock me if it gets ugly. I already had it, but yeah. Gonna take short kicks here, not keep giving the ball away to their center backs, given they have the height advantage back there. Encourage the team, given that we have stayed even for the first 25 minutes. Sane is second, struggling, so not sure if that was related to some of the injury concerns. Really good play by us there, but good job by De Gea to get a hand on that shot. And Joveljic scores on the corner. That's this combination that we've talked about a little bit in the videos. Great to nick a goal there, just attacking the near post and getting it through De Gea. Again, a little bit surprising, maybe not the result that's deserved at this point, but now we are getting outnumbered on the counter here by them, but good job by Phillips there to block the shot and give up the corner. I think one thing we're seeing here that obviously they are the stronger team, technically superior, but also good ball there. But we've talked in some of the earlier videos in earlier seasons about our team's lack of pace, and we've tried to fix that a little bit, bring in some quicker players, but I think you're seeing this match just a pace discrepancy. We still stuck to our system. I think we have to take some of the credit for them not getting any of their shots on target, and we are doing okay in possession, but we're getting beat on the counter, and we're not really able to counter with the speed they have getting back. Didn't really expect that to turn into anything, but a good way to start the half to get a shot for Joveljic there. I don't think I would want to go to what we did against Milan and go back to a back five in this match, just with them having the 4-2-3-1. I just think it doesn't match up quite as well for us. That one goes over. 60 minutes in, I think Wilter, he played the full match a couple of games ago. I didn't want to take him off when he was on the hat trick. Tundo is capable of playing this match. He's had to have his minutes limited, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Just need to get through 15 more minutes, even holding on for a draw. I find the meaning of win would be great to go into the second set of games with at the top of the table, which would not have been anticipating. But even getting a draw here and staying in second, putting ourselves in a good position to at least hang on for that Europa League spot would be great for us. Okay, there, Kuma not able to direct it in. Get a sense for what I'm going to do is bring Busquets on, have him play as a deep line playmaker from that position. Just a few more minutes. Still plenty of time for them to, completely turn this around really, but it's a time for us to grab a second or just hold on here hopefully. You can see as they make subs, they have changed their team a little bit more now that we're seeing some of the rotation take place. okay with giving away that corner and have to make it through these last 4.5 minutes. We're fine with wasting time at this point for these last two. Fine with making them pass it along around the back too. Just don't want to get hit on the counter after it, or just see this giving Shaw your pass up to Rashford. But yeah, I think the XG makes it look like we got outplayed, and we definitely had at times. We haven't outplayed them, but I think it's been more even on the XG looks. And they're getting looks, but most of them have bodies in the way, and that's they're not getting their shots on target, but part of that is us getting ourselves in the way of them. About 20 seconds left. Good header one there. So, I mean, really unexpected, but it looks like we're going to be top of the table. Yep, top of the table after 3 Champions League matches. Not at all what we expected. Maybe a little bit lucky in this one. Yeah. Clearly, they're getting a lot of shots right near the net, but most of them are blocked. I think some off target too, but we had bodies in the way in a lot of those. So I think it's a little unfair to us to say it's just a matter of luck. Really good performance, and obviously can't ask for anything more. We'll come back in a little bit and see if we're able to keep up this momentum. Thanks, everyone.